Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a very exciting Destiny 2 weekly reset video. My name is Story, and today is June the 9th, which means two things. One, we are running up until June 16th, because that's how things go around here. And number two, it is the start of a brand new season, the season of arrivals. And if you've just watched the reveal stream, as I have, you'll be hyped and sweating and ready for everything glorious. But anyway, I'm going to get through this video and try not to spoil too much, but we will be having a look at the Eververse store towards the end, so you can tune out if you don't want to see that. So anyway, if you're new to the game, welcome. Pull up a pew and pour yourselves a brew, because this is the tower map, and we have a look at this because all these icons represent vendors, and vendors are some of your best friends in this world because they will issue challenges, bounties, and quests, and if you complete said challenges, bounties, and quests, you will get powerful gear. And powerful gear is going to increase your power level, making you much harder to kill, and also more powerful to kill other things. It sounds glorious, doesn't it? But luckily it's all virtual stuff, so you don't have to worry. And if your mom and dad are listening, don't worry, it's okay. It's just pixels. Anyway, for example, let's take a look at our spare parts vendor challenge from our Gunsmith. Look at his happy face there. He's got a weekly here, complete 8 of his bounties, and once you've done that, you'll get powerful gear at tier 1. The same thing with Shax. If you love a bit of PvP, but a player versus player in the Crucible, complete 8 of his bounties for powerful gear at tier 1. And the same with Zavala here. Look at that stern look with the glorious glowing blue eyes. Powerful gear at tier 1, 8 bounties completed. Now, if you hop on over to Hawthorne, that's the clan vendor. If you earn 5,000 XP, and you can do this by just doing stuff in the Destiny universe or doing some of her bounties, then that will get you powerful gear at tier 2. And then we've got the Drifter over here as well. Also complete 8 bounties for powerful gear at tier 1. So those are vendors, and they are very good. And there's lots of them dotted around all the planets. We don't have time to cover them all, but it's worth frequenting yourselves with these if you are new to the game for sure. Anyway, let's get to the meat and veg of the weekly reset. We've got the Vanguard playlist over here. 4 items on the menu. The first being daily heroic story missions. These are more for nostalgia and replaying basic campaign missions that you may want to go back and have a look at. No specific rewards for this kind of thing, but you may get some in-game drops like engrams and primes and things like that. Now we've got Vanguard Strikes. That has a weekly challenge. Complete the strikes using the same subclass element as the currently active Elemental Burn. 3 of these strikes under those attributes will get you some pinnacle gear. Now, pinnacle gear is the big daddy-o, the top mama of stuff. It's the highest power level drops that you can get. So then, what is the subclass element and the same active elemental burn? Well, if you have a look at the strike here, this week we have Solar Singe. So you want to be equipping a solar subclass to get this challenge done. So that is the weekly modifier, and that will reset on next Tuesday's reset. The daily modifiers are Grounded and Brawler. Then we've got the Nightfall, the Ordeal, and as far as I know, the API is still down at the moment, so I can't give you this information. Yes, so we're going to have to guess. Okay, but anyway, the Ordeal is a big, bad Nightfall strike, and you can get some very good loot from this. It has 2 weekly challenges. The first being that you just run the Ordeal through. The higher the difficulty, the most efficient progress, and that'll get you powerful gear at tier 1. However, if you complete the Ordeal Nightfall with a team score above 100,000 points, that will get you pinnacle loot. So that is the stuff. Then we've got the Nightfall playlist. It consists of 3 Nightfall strikes. This week we've got Lake of Shadows, Exodus Crash, and the Festering Core. Now these 3 Nightfalls, usually in the rotation, will have some kind of specific strike loot that can only be obtained by farming the boss of the chests at the end of this Nightfall. For example, Lake of Shadows will get you the Militia's Birthright kinetic breech-loaded grenade launcher, for example. So that is the strike that you'd want to be farming if you're after a kinetic grenade launcher. Exodus Crash will get you the Tilt Fuse. No, it's not the Tilt Fuse. It is a sparrow. It's an exotic sparrow, but I've forgotten the name. So you're going to have to make it up. Should we just call it the Shining Sheath of Shimmeringness? That's what we're going to call that this week. And the Festering Core will actually get you nothing because no striker-specific loot was assigned to that. So shed a tear in sadness. Anyway, there you go. That is the Vanguard playlist. So now we'll move on to Gambit. We've got a PvE arena activity here called The Reckoning, a fire team of 1 to 4 players. And I say this every week, but I highly recommend 4 players and not 1, because it can be quite frustrating. But anyway, it's got 3 tiers, slightly different difficulties, and it'll get you some different loot as well. The weekly modifier is Void Singe, and today's modifier is Grenadier. Then we've got Gambit. There's 2 types of Gambit, Gambit Vanilla and Gambit Deluxe. Different mechanics, but if you complete 3 games in either or of these playlists, that'll get you some pinnacle loot as well. So there you go. That is the Gambit playlist section. Let's move on to PvP in the Crucible. We've got 2 types of playlists here. We've got rotator playlists, and this week we have Clash and Showdown. So Showdown is a 4v4 competitive style mode, and then we've got Clash, which is 6v6. So 4 games completed in the rotator matches will get you some powerful gear at tier 1. Then we have Core Playlist, which consists of Rumble, Control, Elimination, Survival, Freelance Survival, and Classic Mix. 4 games completed in the core game playlists will award you some pinnacle gear. So that is the activities this week. So that is Clash and Showdown in your rotators as well. What else is there? Well, there's a flashpoint to do, which looks like it may happen to be on the Tangled Shore this week. Let's have a look at Spider. Yes, it is. So you've got your flashpoint on the Tangled Shore. Flashpoint involves doing public events. There's one over here in Sorik's Cut. Complete public event, loot lost sectors, and that will get you progress towards this flashpoint, and that will get you powerful gear at tier 1 once you've completed that. So there you go. Your flashpoint is on the Tangled Shore this week. The Dreaming City, sadly, because the API is down, I can't tell you where the Ascended Challenge would be, but maybe that's going to be fun finding out this week. Just hop on over to Petrovenge, collect your bounties, and get stuck in, ladies and gentlemen. On the moon, we have plenty of activities here. We've got Nightmare Hunts. The challenges for the week are complete a Nightmare Hunt or difficulty tiers grant progress. So that will get you powerful gear at tier 1 once you've done that. And then you've got the Master difficulty. If you complete one on Master difficulty, you'll get pinnacle loot. Then we've got the Pit of Heresy, a dungeon, which will also get you pinnacle loot. And then the Garden of Salvation raid, pinnacle loot for that as well. And then we've got some vendor challenges here. Nightmares defeated in the Altar of Sorrow, 30 of. Powerful gear at tier 1. And then we've got Eris Morn's Lunar Calling memory quest thingy right there. And then there's a story mission to play through here that will get you some powerful gear at tier 1 also. So Sorrow's Harbour is just here. There's a public event that spawns. And if you complete all waves and kill the big bad boss at the end, you will get a legendary drop. Depending on the boss will depend on what it is. So there is a sniper rifle, a kinetic slug shotgun, and a rocket launcher available. So it just depends on which boss that you've got there. So that is the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're just going to hop on over to the Gunsmith and have a look at his bounties, because anyone's new to the game, we can just describe some of the bounty systems that we've got in place here in the game. And we've got weekly bounties over here. These will award a variety of things, usually XP, glimmer, upgrade modules, and some planetary resources. Very helpful. Upgrade modules are specific to the Gunsmith. On other vendors, you will get some tokens. And in Bright Dust, Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard, they will all issue a Bright Dust. So if you want to save your Bright Dust and spend it in the Eververse store, that's where you'd farm the bounties. And of course, additional bounties, most other vendors will also award Bright Dust. But over here at the Gunsmith, the daily bounties award mod components and enhancement cores, and the additional bounties award some glimmer. So there you go. That is the bounty system. The Gunsmith as well, who also has a material exchange. We have 2 mods on sale every 24 hours. A chest armor mod today. We've got unflinching sidearm and a weapon mod here, minus spec. So there's always a weapon and an armor mod, and these revolve on a 24-hour basis. And then there's also upgrade modules, prisms, and the famous golf balls as well, if you want to swap some of your resources for those. Right, the exciting point of the week, we're going to have a look at the Eververse stock, the cosmetic items. So if you don't want to spoil it, I'll see you later. Have an absolutely fantastic time in the game. I hope you get all the things that you're after. And we're going to open this engram to start with. Ooh, I got a ship from a few seasons ago. Isn't that nice? Anyway, this is the featured section of our cosmetic items. You can buy stuff for silver, or you can wait until it's available for Bright Dust. So now we have the Intrepid bundle. If you're missing any of this Eververse armor from a previous season, then you can grab it now. We've got the Grasping Thoughts. This is a new emote from fingertips on the surface of my mind right there. And then we've got the Callisto Lancer. This is a ship that's very shiny and very smooth and nice. The Adonis Blue. That is quite a cool sparrow. I'm already tempted to spend money that I don't have. There's a transmat effect here, a capsule, a Daito capsule entrance. And there's an old ship from Season 1, Year 1, Ariana's Vengeance. It's quite a nice ship that certainly takes a shader. How's about that then? And then we've got the seasonal stuff. So this is all the stuff that's specific to this season. So if there's anything that you see here, you can either wait until it appears. Some of it won't appear for Bright Dust, but some of it will. But some of it also may become available after the season. So you might want to keep an eye out. And of course, in this video, we'll be having a look at all the stuff so you get to see what's going on. But there's plenty of stuff. I'm not going to cover this all and spoil it for you because otherwise the video would be like 10 hours long. But there is a whole lot of stuff to be having a look through here, including a new ornament for the last word. Is it? Shame it got nerfed to the ground because that looks pretty cool. Anyway, there's lots of stuff. Emotes, transmat effects, finishers, exotic ornaments. There's the archive here if you want to have a look at stuff that was available from previous seasons. There's quite an extensive amount of stuff here, so that's pretty. Oh, look, Wishes of Sorrow. There it is. The Thornament that everyone really wanted. I got it first time round, so I was happy with it, but there's a lot of people that didn't get it. So now you can get in there and get the Wishes of Sorrow available for 700 of your finest silver. There we go. Now, here's the Bright Dust section. Okay, so this is the stuff that's sold for Bright Dust that you can farm in-game. So this week we've got the guitar solo emote, a foot on a practice amp, and then a bit of that. Then there's the Bronco exotic sparrow from Tex Mechanica. Then there is the Machino Form exotic ship. Isn't that nice? There was also the Scarlet Swarm shell. I never got that, did I? I don't fancy it either. Then there's the Tickled Catastrophe. That sounds wrong. And then there is the What If weapon ornament for Monte Carlo. And then there is a Colossal Helmet projection. So there you go, if you're after that kind of thing. And of course, there's some shaders and transmat effects available. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the video. So there you go. Season of Arrivals in the bag. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week. Stay safe. Black Lives Matter. And look after yourselves. Stay away from COVID and all that kind of stuff. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember, smoke me a kipper. We'll be back for breakfast.